We are live, by the way.
Yeah, we are.
Hello.
Cheerio.
Are you guys waiting on me? Are you guys waiting on me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we won't start without you.
I'll be right there.
I really look at this new cover for the Phantom Menace.
Why is he in it?
Huh? Because it's just, I don't know, somebody photoshopped Arnold in there.
I don't get the joke, really. It could be funny, but I don't really get it.
I'd watch it.
I don't know.
Great financial news for me this morning. No longer have to send $16 a month to that kid from TV.
Did he die?
Those catches for fewest yards.
Eaten by a lion?
Sorry today.
Yep.
What?
I support this little, you know, in the arms of the angel.
Sally Struthers.
You're one of the Michelle McLaughlin followers.
Yeah, Sarah McLaughlin.
What'd I say?
That's Michelle.
Michelle.
Oh,
But that's actually
yeah. Michelle McLaughlin. I don't know where I got
SPCA.
that.
I support a little African kid and he got ate by a lion, so I don't have to pay that $16 anymore.
I think the whole point of doing it is so it doesn't feel like an obligation.
It was a joke anyway. I don't support an African kid. I'm too broke for that shit.
You barely support an American kid.
Yeah. I imagine.
In all fairness, that would
supporting
be harder.
Yeah, I imagine supporting an African kid probably is not near as much trouble on you as supporting an American kid would be a lot more trouble.
I don't know.
Entitled little shits.
You got me there. That's true.
You ain't gonna hear no African kid asking for an iPhone. That's for sure.
Yeah, I read an article, too, about how the differences in the way our kids are here and over there. Like, their problems over there are food, and our kids' problems are, like, I don't want to watch this. It's on streaming.
I don't have free college.
I'll tell you what. I don't think
Yeah.
Roman Reigns has leukemia. I think it's a work.
Oh.
Oh, well, we are live, just so you know.
Never mind.
That was a
Yeah.
joke. Not a funny one, right, Tim?
Not funny at all.
You give a complete apology to everyone ever.
No, I don't joke about cancer like I do AIDS.
Yeah. Me either.
Corey got on to me about that. Isn't that weird? We had that conversation yesterday and then that happened.
Yeah, lay off.
It's not
the
weird
AIDS
for
joker.
me.
Oh,
It's weird for you, yeah.
it's weird for me.
Right. Don't worry, we'll get into it.
Can we kill the lights?
Hey, T.O., can we kill the lights? Oh, shit, that screwed up my
Uh-oh.
thing. I gotta fix me.
Uh-oh. You're in a
I'm in the Matrix.
foggy pit.
Let the dogs out.
Who?
Woo,
Who?
who, who, who. Who let
Oh, boy.
the dogs out?
Really?
Oh, boy. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work today.
What's not going to work?
My green screen effort.
I already pulled them out. What happened?
You could just go to the show. Just
Without the light, this can't tell what's blue. Is all. Ah, well, fuck. I'll
Turn it back on.
yeah, you can turn it on. I don't care.
I don't need that. I was just playing around anyway.
Eric, you want to just get us going when we start
Sure.
doing stuff? All right.
Sure, I'm looking for the live video on here. I can't see it yet.
It's live, man. You want a link?
No, I'm on the YouTube page.
See, I've got it.
It says starting. Weird.
Hmm.
Oh, it's dropping frame. A little bit of an error, but we're back up.
Loading for the people that are watching. It's
Doing it
buffering.
again. Hang with me.
Are we live or not?
Should be now. I don't know. We're automatically dropping frames again. I got to get this figured out before we.
With that, we're downloading at a time. I think we're getting somewhere back in there.
Trying not to overload our encoder. Yeah, that might have did it. I think that did it.
I think we're okay now, eh?
Yeah, we're at a solid 30 frames per second. See, that's good.
Is that Peter North?
How do you know about Peter North?
That's what fucking Darren Yates had on his background.
I was wondering why that shit was all over out here.
He's obsessed with that guy.
Mr. Rope?
Yep.
Mr. Rope.
Mr. Rope.
Don't
Mr.
ask.
Rope. I figured every buddy knew who Peter North was. It's like having the race car named Dick Trickle.
I used to have that race car. Let's see what this image is here. Oh, yeah, that's him.
You'll notice guy porn stars still have those dumb fucking names like Johnson Lodenstein and things like that. And now women are like...
I'm stealing that one.
Women are like Mary Swanson.
Yeah, because guys want that girl next door normal chick.
Samsonite.
Samsonite? I was so far. What did he say?
I was way
Oh,
off.
I was way off. That's right. Go start the show here in just a few minutes. Give the droves of people a few more minutes to get on.
Look up Brittany White. Oh, where's she play volleyball at? Oh my God! No, that's not volleyball.
That happened so quick.
That's the truth.
I don't know nothing about it. You're scaring me.
Man.
Lots of energy in this room today. I can feel it. I can feel it. Tio, what are you working on? You got a big secret thing going on, or?
Just a personal thing for two.
Speaking of secrets, you might want to get rid of that Wi-Fi password behind you.
That's not the Wi-Fi password. Nope.
It's not at all.
Nope. It's the address. It's our company name at our address.
Makes much more sense now.
Anyway.
That's all right. We've got like 10 different Wi-Fi usernames here. So, uh-oh.
What?
Tell me when you get it. It's the most offensive and terrible Halloween costume I've ever seen.
I don't get it.
Skills, hoodie.
Gunshot wound. Blackface.
I don't know.
Trayvon Martin.
Oh.
It's terrible.
Yeah, that's very offensive.
That's what I said. I didn't post it. Don't look at me, T.O.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a bigot.
Yeah.
It's just in one of those crazy groups I'm in.
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, I'm starting the show in just a few seconds, and we are
Live.
turning up the headphones just a little.
The following podcast
Is
is scheduled for
one
one
fall.
fall, and there will be no
Survivors.
disqualifications. Making their way to the ring from lineupmedia.fm at a combined weight of 849 pounds, the Three Horsemen.
Yo, ma.
No, thank you.
We are back. The Three Horsemen.
Of which there are 5 of us.
That's right.
Don't let that whole 3 thing really bog you down, you know?
What's in a number?
We're going to have to get that fixed.
I don't think it's bogging
A
anybody down.
podcast by any other name, does it not sound such a sweet?
How about we change the name of the show to Wrestling Soup? What do you think?
How about Wrestling Poop?
Wrestling Soup's the best wrestling podcast out there.
There
It
is
actually
one.
exists.
Never heard of it.
I love it.
How about
Love it. It's hilarious.
we go to Talking Sense Wrestlers Talking. You know what? I'm out of ideas already.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Let's stick with 3 Horsemen.
Okay, deal.
Well, what about
Works
what
for
we
me.
recently learned about Mr. Roman Reigns? That's a bummer, you know? That just came out, right, about his leukemia?
You're just
can I
jumping
get
right
the show
in.
started?
Yeah, I thought you did.
All right, surreal talk. Show you how the pros do it.
Let's
Oh
see
boy,
it.
here we go.
Hey, it's the Three Horsemen. We got Alex, we
Hi.
got T.O., we got Big Easy, and we've got Eric. Be sure to check us out, facebook.com/numeral3 Horsemen Show, twitter.com/numeral3 Horsemen Show, and our YouTube page, youtube.com/the 3 Horsemen. Spell it out. You'll be happy you did. Plenty of videos on there of our live podcast shows, which we come to you at Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Central Time, because that's how we roll in the CST. Also, yoradio.com. Download the app. check out the Lineup Station. You'll hear all the podcasts featured on our network, part of the Lineup Media Group. Plus, we've got 60s, 70s, 80s, reggae, The Lake House. There are so many stations on there. It will blow your something.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Go back to that. What's it going to blow?
Whatever you want it to blow, man.
Well,
All right, my mind.
It's just like your opinion.
I'll take that too.
All right. Okay, we got a bunch of stuff to get to somehow. I don't know how these things happen. It's Tuesday. It's we're pushing Halloween. We're pushing the end of October. And last night, I missed it, so fill me in. I saw part of the interview, so what is going on?
He's relinquishing his belt. Leukemia is back. I didn't even know he had it in the first place.
Yeah, I just read it
I
on
don't think
Twitter.
anybody did.
That's what's amazing this day and age. And I mean, I know there's HIPAA policies, but as much as WWE exploits their talent and they try to, you know, the behind the scenes and the books and the specials they do, them being involved in so many charities and non-for-profit, and they do the entire breast cancer month thing. They do this Connor's Cure for the kid that died of leukemia. As whorish as the company is with that stuff of self-promoting and doing that, I'm shocked that they never tried to use this with their battle to get Roman Reigns over with the crowd. I don't know if they think that it wouldn't be believable, but they're trying to make him a huge baby face. What better way could you do it as if you it comes up that he beat cancer, or they do some type of storyline to where he introduces the Warrior Award to a kid that has cancer, saying,
Right.
I beat leukemia, I did this. So it is very shocking that he did have this condition. If you're Roman Reigns, the one positive out of this, he's going to be the biggest babyface if he comes back. And it's sad that it took this for it to happen. But you want to talk about turning a company upside down. Braun Strowman's getting the belt now, which people have wanted. I mean, the chain of reaction as far as the company and what direction they have to go is made a complete 180, 360, 720, whatever you want to say. It's just, it caught me off guard. It's the one night I didn't watch it live. I usually watch the first hour with my daughter. Didn't last night. And I texted Corey at 10-ish, 9:55, because I started at then, so I was like, holy shit. And the one thing that stood out to me, he was clearly shaken up, but Seth Rollins was like visibly, his face was red, he was crying. It was some raw emotion. So it'll be interesting to see what WWE does moving forward with Reigns, if they document the whole, his whole battle. But I'm curious if anyone knows what type of leukemia it is. Does he have to do chemo? There's just a lot of stuff that's not out there. But, it's going to be just, the company's just going to be turned upside down.
How long do you think they've known about this but just made it
last
public?
week? I'm pretty sure they found out last Thursday, I'm wanting to say, because he didn't work house shows last week.
Well, here's why I'm asking. So, okay, just short version. Why would you turn Braun heel only to turn him back face? Like, what's it been, 2 or 3 weeks?
Because they turned him back face last night, didn't they? Or 2 weeks ago or whatever.
Whatever it was, but he was a heel for like a month.
Yeah. When he joined up with Ziggler and those guys.
Right. But
he was still stomping people and doing that, but.
No, I know. I'm just it just gets me to thinking. It's like he was heel for a month. Why would you turn him back as a face if
It's not enough time to have a pay-per-view match. Maybe one.
Name a big guy that's ever stayed a heel or a face for a long time.
That's what I was gonna say, and that's not the.
but a month?
You remember the Big Show?
He just turned.
I
heel
do.
Again.
We'll actually get into that during our game, as a matter of fact.
Was he a heel or a face at the time of this something? That should be a game.
Well,
Heel or
get there.
face?
We'll get there. in March 1999.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the thing. I'm sure he's a floater. He's like Kane and Braun Strowman.
What I'm reading here is that Roman had cancer or has been dealing with it for 11 years now, and he actually had it for 2 years before he signed with WWE.
Yeah, he went in a remission when he was 22, I believe is what it was. And
How old is the guy? He can't be that
33, I think.
Yes, he doesn't look very old.
so I agree with you. Strowman's not the guy that's going to be the face of the company. He's not going to be the next Cena. That's what Reigns was set up to do. So it raises that question of who is the baby face that the kids like, the women like. Is it Finn Balor? I mean, they usually go with someone that's good looking, that's charismatic. He has the entrance. They can sell the merch with his demon gimmick when he crosses that line. Last night Elias's name popped up. They turned him babyface last night. Big guy. So I don't know. I mean, they've changed so many guys the last 2 weeks. Bobby Lashley went heel 2 weeks ago. It looks, what's his name? Elias last night smashing the guitar over bald Corbin over his head. Do they bring AJ Styles over? Do you think they bring Daniel Bryan to Raw to be the main babyface on Raw? They're setting up that feud with him and AJ Styles. So I'm really not sure who that top babyface becomes. If you had to guess, Corey, who do you think it would be?
I bring Coco Beware back. And
Good call.
Just get him over immediately. Do you think this is the end of Reigns' career? Does he ever wrestle again?
I think so. Well, it depends what kind it is.
I was going to say, because I know there's different kinds of leukemia.
I mean, Mario Lemieux had it, and he came back.
Hodgkin's lymphoma.
NHL, yeah, or non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, or was it Hodgkin's lymphoma? There's
What's the difference?
types.
Anybody know?
There's AML. There's
There's a lot of letters and words, but do we know what a difference
There's
is?
4 different types.
There's lymphoma.
Hold on, I'll look them up. I should know this because we dealt with this at the firm.
But seriously, do you guys think he steps back in the ring ever? It's a shame,
It
man.
depends
He's a
on
young
how his
dude.
battle goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it kills him, probably not.
I would say no. But yeah, I don't know, man.
It can change your body mass, and it can change a lot of things.
That chemotherapy can fuck you up, dude,
Yeah.
bad.
So there's 4 types, main types. There's AML, which is acute myeloid leukemia. There's chronic myeloid leukemia, which is CML. There's ALL, which is acute lymphocytic, and then chronic lymphocytic leukemia. I'm wanting to say CML is the worst, if I remember. But I can't say for sure. But I'm wanting to say that's that's the one that is tough. But you would have to believe if he beat it once before and it was in remission for 11 years, it was one of the lesser types.
Yeah, I disagree. I think the fact that it's come back is not a good sign for him, especially at that age, because beat it once and, man, to get it so young, oof, that's not good.
I'd say if he comes back, it'll be at least 2 or 3 years.
I think it's going to be a standard health issue that he's going to be – it's just going to nag him. Maybe forever. I don't know that you want to perform under that.
That's
I don't know they want to put him in the ring.
That's the next thing I was going to say. If they'll keep him there regardless, I mean, if health-wise he can sustain normal course of living, whatever you want to call it. But, again, like you said, it just may be a liability to where, hey, we can't put you in the ring. We'll keep you on as a, on-air personality or a trainer in NXT or whatever. But
yeah, this isn't passing a concussion test.
So AML is the most common form of leukemia. And just keep talking. I'm going to do some research on this.
Well, you started talking, so I figured.
Well, I was just telling you about the first one. I was going to go through and you guys continue talking.
Go ahead.
I love his fractured thoughts.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Or don't. All right. Well,
I'm reading. I told you I'm reading.
Don't put him on a spot like that. You know he doesn't do it on the spot.
We can't do this.
ooh, thank you. to something that's going on here to my right.
See, some asshole left a tasteless comment in the chat there.
No.
No.
Was it you?
Probably.
It's not funny.
Looking through. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Join us. Don't forget on YouTube. We're live. Occasionally, I think.
We might not be
I mean,
now.
technically, you check our pulses and it could tell a different story.
Yeah.
Do you think this, from a company standpoint, Corey? Do you think this is bad?
No, I don't think it's good. No,
It's not their ideal situation.
Well,
I mean,
it's not a storyline.
From a business
God,
standpoint.
I hope.
From a business standpoint, if he comes back, beats this, comes back in, to wrestle in X amount of time, like you said, he's going to get the biggest pop ever, and he will have, WWE will have finally
Make him the baby face they've wanted.
So
Right.
cancer could be the best thing that's ever happened to him, is what you're saying.
Career-wise.
I mean, that's what you're saying.
Yeah, this is not Hulk Hogan getting cancer. I mean, we can talk about it all we want, and that's fine. He's just another guy on the roster. He's just their main guy. I don't think it's like it used to be. This isn't if Stone Cold got cancer in the middle of his run or something.
But
I don't mean to be. No, go ahead.
But he is the Stone Cold right now.
No, he's not.
He is to the fans.
To the fans, to the dwindling fan base that
But
they have.
that's what I'm saying. You're taking the main guy off that everything is focused around, which Austin wasn't that day. I'm not saying he's the biggest star as Austin or The Rock, but for what's going on now, everything is focused around him.
That's fine. They replace him. They replaced Austin.
No, I agree. I'm not saying he's irreplaceable.
Well,
I'm
I
just
mean,
saying
this is some big thing for their business. It's not at all.
It is, though, because they're going to have to...
Because he was trending on Twitter last night?
No, I could give a fuck less what's trending on Twitter. What I'm saying is they're going to have to change their storylines. They're going to actually have to do something.
Oh, they're going to have to actually do some fucking work?
That's what I'm saying.
That's nice.
They're doing what they're going to have to do what the fans have been asking to do. Less Roman Reigns, push somebody else. Push these other guys. The belt's going on Strowman. People have been wanting that for a year and a half. It's not going to go back on Lesnar.
This isn't going to be big for their business. I mean, if you guys just want to talk about Reigns getting over now, if he ever comes back, which if I were him, I wouldn't. I think he's got enough. Well, I don't know. I don't know how he lives, but I would think. I don't even see why he'd ever come back.
I think that whole company is just is a mess right now. I mean, you're throwing this on top of the whole
Saudi
Crown
Arabia
Jewel
thing.
pay-per-view stuff, and apparently Cena and Daniel Bryan aren't even wanting to go.
The Bella brothers decided they were not going to go.
he's worth $9 million.
Oh, he's worth more than that. A celebrity net worth. Silly.
Yeah,
That's
they're
exactly what it is,
also starting to say
Merch.
on the website to buy tickets that this show is not guaranteed to
Right.
go on.
And tickets are between $6 and $25 also. I read that somewhere.
What kind of seat arena is it?
It's not the big one that they did before. It's like a 25,000
Well,
seat.
so they were initially going to have it in like a 60 to 70,000 seat arena, and then they moved it to a 25,000 seater without, as far as I know, without any explanation as to why.
So he was the main event going over this.
Him, Lesnar, and
So now it's just
Strowman.
Lesnar versus Strowman.
yeah, and the belt's going on. I mean, it has to go on Strowman. Here's the other thing though, and this does go to your point when they're saying Cena and Daniel Bryan don't want to go over there, and the person made the point. Yeah, like the Saudi Sheik really gives a fuck. He wanted Yokozuna and the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
Do you think it matters to him if John Cena and Daniel Bryan?
They
go?
shouldn't have told him that they were dead. They should have just fucking all right, let's fucking just dress some big ass Asian dude up here and we'll ship him over there and make the fucking money. You know what I mean? We can
wouldn't
paint
have-
anybody
yeah.
that's jacked on steroids and long hair to look like Warrior.
Pull Rikishi's hair back and
Yeah, there's
There you
Yokozuna.
go, right?
send Mr. Fuji's coffin
Is
out with
Rikishi
him.
still alive?
Yeah. I think the ratings will see a bump. Not huge, but I think the next few weeks you'll see an incline because, Rollins, the turn happened last night with Ambrose and Rollins. People wanted that. Like, it forced a lot of things to happen that has taken a lot of storylines in different directions that hasn't happened in a while. So I do think it freshens things up on TV. That's the one thing I might not be articulating it well, but I think that's going to happen.
So you think that this is a bad thing for them to have to happen, and it's going to increase ratings because their biggest star,
Me myself personally,
just got leukemia?
no, I don't think it's bad for them.
Because if you're saying that, then what I said is exactly correct. This is not like Austin or Hogan or somebody, because their ratings would have taken a sharp, drastic turn in the other way if this had popped up for one of those guys.
It's a different time. All I'm saying is Reigns is the version of that now. He's the top guy. A top guy now does not mean a top guy what it was in the late 90s.
He's not their biggest draw.
Who is Lesnar?
Yeah.
Who shows up 6 times a year?
Okay.
You think Rousey outdraws him? Honestly, I mean,
For sure.
100%. I agree. But
Actually, I take that back, because that Evolution pay-per-view is going to fall flat on its face.
I think they're close to selling it out now, which
They
means
did.
they gave a bunch
Not
of tickets
pay-per-view,
away.
whatever it is. I don't think it's
The
gonna do
network
well.
special, yeah, whatever. But I do think that Reigns, if it's not Cena, if it's they lost Daniel Bryan, and the show went on, but
Yeah, what happened?
No, but I'm saying that the storylines have to go in a different direction now that they wouldn't have ever done without Reigns having this. This almost becomes an Attitude Era situation where WCW is kicking their ass and WWF was doing the same thing over and over and nothing changed. They've already made changes because of this. Turning Ambrose heel, doing, Elias face. They made adjustments last night to characters. Strowman face. They're doing these things to try to compensate for a guy that was on TV 40% of the time. And maybe that's what I should say. Not even being the top guy, but Reigns gets as much television time as Austin used to, or The Rock used to in the heyday. So maybe that's what I should have said. But I just think storylines are going to they'll be fresher, and there will be new angles and new stuff going because it forces them to get creative. And Vince can't say, "Oh, he's going to be." We talked about last week. I'd rather be what was the quote? I'd rather have a champion that I like and sells half a stadium than someone I don't like.
That's what he's going to get. Well, that's actually what he's been getting. But, hey, I don't know. I just feel bad for I forget his name. Joe
Anoku or
Anoku? I don't think that's
Anoa'i or
Anoa'i?
something. Yeah.
Anoa'i.
Close.
Yeah, that's
Noku. He's Japanese now.
Joe Sudoku.
what I feel bad. You got to separate human and character, and that's a bad deal for this kid because I don't know, man. If it's in your blood, that's trouble.
Yeah, that's not good.
And cancer's a bitch. I think we all disagree with. We're all against cancer, right?
You guys have people in your family with cancer?
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, we've had a whole bunch in ours too, dude. It's
Never-
It's terrible.
Nobody. Yeah, I don't think I've had any family members.
Everybody except T.O. has.
Well, you're
I
lucky.
mean, I don't have a big family though. I mean, so maybe that's why.
That'll help.
Yeah. Well, best of luck to Roman Reigns, Joe Anoa'i, on his fight against leukemia. I'm sure we'll hear a lot about it in the coming months, but that's a bad deal.
It's a horrible deal.
His young kids. He's had twins a year ago, I believe. It sucks.
Luckily, he's rich. That's the number one leading cure for cancer is money.
That's true.
And I believe the company helps him
I'm sure they will too.
versus someone like R-Truth.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope you're right. I would hope the difference between R-Truth and Roman Reigns would have them help him with his medical bills.
What would you do next week if Reigns jumps the barricade and attacks both the guy, or at Crown Jewel he comes out and it's a horrible fucking angle.
Which is exactly why I'm saying this better not be a storyline, because if it is,
They're done. This is what will kill wrestling
I was
for
just gonna
good.
say, do you think that the WWE would do something as tasteless as in about 8 or 10 months? You know, say he beats it and gets
No
his
way.
chemo and shit, and they roll him out on like a cart with an IV, and then he just starts beating people's
I
ass
don't
with the
think you
IV
fuck
stick.
with the, no.
Attitude era, definitely.
Yeah, Attitude Era for sure, right?
Yeah.
They'd have played that off back then, but
100%.
They had a woman have a miscarriage.
And gave birth to a hand.
The miscarriage angle, the hand angle, the Kurt angle. They've had a lot of things that,
Katie Vick.
yeah, this would go down. This wouldn't make like their list, the WWE list show. This would be a bad one.
yeah, I don't think it would be good in this day and age.
No, it's a shame.
It all depends who you talk to.
Anything else going on?
It'd probably be funny though.
NWA had their show this weekend. I know you guys were talking about it
What's wrong
yesterday
with
a
you?
little bit.
A lot.
What happened?
NWA had their show Saturday night
Uh-huh.
or Sunday night. I'm sorry.
At the KC Hall in
Pretty
Place
much.
did not look like a big venue.
Poughkeepsie, New York.
1600.
Was it a good
yeah.
show though? I mean, the match is good. Anybody
Alex
watch
was
it?
there.
I didn't watch it.
More popular than it's ever been.
They,
What?
They did announce the
No,
Crockett
nothing. I'm just.
Cup's coming back though.
The Cubs? Who?
The Crockett Cup is coming back.
Yeah, what's up with that? You sent me some stuff about the Crockett Cup, or somebody sent me some.
I
Crockett
just
Cup
read
stuff.
something and I sent it to you guys. They're bringing the Crockett Cup back next year.
I wonder where.
I don't know. Probably another 1,000-seater fairgrounds or something.
More positive news from Alex here. Good God.
Well, it's funny because NWA is not as popular as it's ever been, obviously, but it's
I beg to differ. Kidding. At the 70th anniversary NWA event on Sunday in Nashville, former winner Road Warrior Animal announced the tag team tournament would return in 2019. It doesn't say where though, but it says the Crockett Cup will be back. Now, I'm a Crockett.
I'm a Crockpot fan.
I'm a Crockett
heard
Cup
that.
fan. I love those. They did it in 86, 87, and 88.
What exactly is that, Corey? The
It was a
Crockett Cup.
tag team tournament. They basically started it to get the Road Warriors over in 86 as like a welcome into the NWA thing.
Right.
So they started this tournament. They had, I don't know why I'm going to do this. They had the Sheepherders, the Fantastics, the Rock and Roll Express, Arn and Tully, Magnum TA, and Ronnie Garvin. That's who wrestled the Road Warriors in the finals. Flair and Rhodes main evented the second night or the first night.
So it's just a bracket-style tag team tournament.
Yeah, it was really good back then.
Right on.
Really good. I mean, they had everybody. Bill Watts went in with it, so it was UWF and the NWA. And then it pretty much, they bought UWF in the meantime. So by 87, it had pretty much just become their tag teams. And they had a ton of teams. But they had just bought Florida. They had just bought Central States. They had done a bunch of things. So that's why it was probably so good. Ton of talent. I don't know how or if it will work. They ran that show in the Superdome the first year.
Do they do it all in one night? Like a team will have to wrestle 4 times in one night, or do they extend that over
It
the
was
period
2
of
nights.
2 nights?
Mm-hmm. Which is why they could just do a 12-team one or a 16-team one. Right. So who knows what they have planned?
Well, cause see, like the Pride used to do those Grand Prix. They'd have like a heavyweight Grand Prix where you'd literally wrestle like 4 times, or you'd fight 4 times in one night. But now Bellator's doing that thing where they're having the big Grand Prix, but they're using we have 1 match per fucking event.
Well, guys can't fight back to back.
Well,
nights
yeah, no,
because of
exactly. You can't do that now,
commissions and
but-
stuff. Yeah.
I just wasn't sure how they did that. I know there's probably not as strict rules on wrestling as there is on MMA, so you know what I mean? That's why I figured they could do it in one night if they wanted to, right?
If the Athletic Commission passes them.
Well, Crown Jewel are doing a tournament one night.
They are doing a tournament?
An 8-man tournament, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Apparently they're only taking 19 wrestlers over, which is also kind of interesting.
Well, they better be wrestling more than once then. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, these Crockett tag team tournaments had 24 teams.
That's
Did they?
24 teams.
Jeez.
So how would they do a bracket with 24? They give bias to some of the teams?
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd
You
have
have to, yeah.
They'd have a show, like they have the pairings announcements on old NWA TV.
8
It was
teams
good
get a
stuff.
bye.
Do they do
Right,
like the
exact.
the lottery ball thing, the
No.
crank, or how do they determine the brackets?
They had a board, and they'd pull one of those things that was hiding the name, like Wayne's World would do a top 5.
So it was there was no formula to it. There was no seeding or anything like that.
The Road Warriors are really popular, so they'll be the number 1 seed.
Yeah, they're top seed for
that
sure.
was there.
So in '86, you had Road Warriors with a bye. Midnight Express had a bye. Arn Tully had a bye. Rock and Roll Express had a bye.
There you go, baby. There's
Yeah,
wrestling right
right.
there.
Russians. Dino Bravo and Rick Martel had a bye.
Yeah, they came down from Canada. Grand Prix.
Yeah, Ronnie and Magnum. Giant Baba and Tiger Mask had a bye.
Oh, Giant Baba wrestling in this thing. You should have seen that guy. Constant jumping off the top rope, backflips. Oh, man, it was good stuff. You know who Giant Baba is?
I do not. He sounds like a wrestler from a video game.
Dude, he was a wrestler in Japan. He was like
He's
the
good. I'm gonna look him
tallest
up.
person in the history of Japan. And he could not move.
Yeah.
Is that racist?
He could barely get his foot up. Why? No, I really
they're
do
all
think he's the
short.
tallest man in the history of Japan.
He didn't say he was the tallest guy in the history of Japan. He was 6'2".
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, that's racist.
Yeah, that's what he didn't say.
Uh,
Michael Scott, Diversity Day.
Yeah. Like
okay,
my
that's not the right
great-grandfather
one.
once never said, let's be inclusive. What, did you find out anything on Giant Baba or not?
That's not the right one.
There's more.
There's 2 Giant Babas?
Yeah, the one he
Anyway.
found was a porn star.
Yeah, you don't want to know that.
Anyway. Well, that's cool. I'll
Holy
watch the
shit.
Crockett Cup if they
He
bring
is
it
a
back.
Big Asian dude.
I'm sure it'll be on pay-per-view.
It'll be on
6'10".
Fight, I'm sure.
Oh.
So I'll ask you guys this: the kind of fits in with the Crockett Cup a little bit because it's not Cody Rhodes, but you'd think he'd be one of the guys anchoring this. There's rumors that have come out that Jim Ross, Chris Jericho, and the guy from Champaign, Illinois, that owns the Jacksonville Jaguars,
Lance Storm?
and Shad Khan, I think is his name.
Shad Khan.
His son apparently is a huge wrestling fan, and they're the money marks behind this. Now, some people have denied it. They've apparently reached out to Access TV about having a live show every week. Shad Khan also owns, what soccer team is it? Fulham, I believe, in the English Premier League. Big time. I think he's on the Forbes whatever list for richest men in the world, Forbes 500 or Forbes 100. But I mean, he's a billionaire. This guy has the money if he wanted to really play ball. And Jericho being involved, Jim Ross being involved. He didn't buy Wembley Stadium. I mean, like, there's just some things that kind of point to where this could be legit.
So what you're saying is he's on the Forbes list, and if he gets into wrestling next year, he doesn't have to worry about being on that list anymore. Maybe.
I don't think
He can't handle the pressure of being on the list, so he's going to get into wrestling and lose a fuck ton of money.
I don't think he cares though. I mean, he has the money.
Well, clearly not.
He has the money to try. I mean, so you're a financial guy. When you're doing a long-term investment, which this would be, and they know it's going to be, he has the capability to lose $40 to $60 million over a 2-year span to really try to blow something up and weather that storm. He has the wherewithal. And that's what it's going to take, is someone like that. The one thing I think they need more than anything is a legitimate TV network, not Access. It has to be something that's on every TV channel. It has to be a TBS. It has to be pick whatever it is. It's obviously not going to be a CBS, NBC, but one of their cable outlets. And, Jericho is well respected. Jim Ross is unbelievable at picking talent. If they have the money to go sign the paychecks for some of these guys, it's not out of the question to think they could not challenge WWE, but be a legit number 2.
I think unless this Khan guy is going to pay JR and Jericho like a ridiculous amount of money on an annual basis, I don't think it's going to happen, just because, I mean, Jericho and Well, I know Jericho definitely doesn't need the money. JR, I would assume, doesn't either.
Did something go bad with Jericho and Vince? That's what I don't get. They always had such a good relationship from what everyone says, and now, he's doing the cruise. He worked the all-in thing, and now he's rumored to be starting a competing Fed.
I don't know.
It's kind of it's just, yeah.
Yeah, I agree, though. If they're going to do something, they need a better network than Access TV
Yeah.
because,
But you look who's out there. CM Punk's out there. Omega's out there. Again, a lot of these guys aren't household names, but if it's on the right network and they get these guys.
Well, I think it all comes down to also if they start this, is it going to be like WWE, whereas if you come work for us, like you are exclusive to us, or is it going to be like a Ring of Honor and New Japan thing where you can go wherever you want because you're a contractor?
I think that if they're going to put a ton of money into it, if the cons are going to put, let's just say $100 million, which I don't think is out of the question, I think they would make it exclusive. But they don't need to run house shows. They don't. The overhead could be minimal if they did it right, to where they built it up and then waited a year and a half to tour, to where they did their TV tapings live and went from, say they focused on 6 cities. You did Philadelphia, Chicago, Jersey, whatever it might be, your big time wrestling cities. There could be something there, if they grow it the right way.
If I'm this con guy and I wanted to invest in something, if I were him, I would probably just go more with like what New Japan and Ring of Honor are doing. Like, just don't change anything, but say, hey, I'm going to financially back you guys, try to get you, on.
Shad Khan's worth $6.9 billion right now.
Jesus.
I agree with what you're saying somewhat, but I would invest in absolutely nothing involved in wrestling. So technically, we're on the same page.
I'm saying if he wants to go this route, I would say back something that's already existing, get him on a better network than Access TV, and
buy your own network. How about that?
Well, I guess.
What? Why not? Shit, everybody needs to see more reruns of Friends. Put that shit on during the day.
He is number 65 on the Forbes 400 this year. He just gave $25 million to his alma mater, the University of Illinois. The guy.
Sure, they'll use that one.
$100 million is shit to this guy.
State.
And it's apparently a passion of his son. It has.
How old's his son?
I'm not sure how old the kid is, but
Oh.
he's old enough to run a business. It's not like he's 12.
A wrestling business?
But Billy Madison,
14.
But most of the people that have done stuff like this have been money marks. It's been for a kid, or
It's gone really well so far.
well, this guy's a fucking legitimate businessman. He's not a fucking slouch. He has.
Dixie Carter's dad was a fucking oil tycoon.
Yeah, I bet he wasn't worth $6.9 billion.
I bet he was in the billions.
And I bet he's not as dumb as she
right.
was.
Okay, well, look, that's the whole point of the show today. So pro wrestling is alive and well, and we learned that through the Surreal Talk. See ya.
Hello.
Fucking amazing.
Where'd he go?
Who knows? Okay, so last week our show was about what killed pro wrestling, and Eric, who is the host of the Surreal Talk podcast, Cults, Conspiracies, and Con Jobs.
I didn't know we had so many wrestling fans in that fucking group.
And Big Easy. And
I posted. Oh, go ahead.
Actually, I was going to let you take it from here.
I posted one status that said, "Join us live on the Three Horsemen podcast as we talk about why wrestling's dead." And like 40 comments later, I realized, Jesus Christ, everybody loves wrestling, and nobody, that's what I kept telling them. If you guys like wrestling that much, fucking download the podcast that we're on.
Would you like to hear some of those comments?
Yeah, yes,
right.
definitely.
No problem. Nate Pierce was the first comment, and this is one to talk about. Pro wrestling is huge right now. No wonder why the Three Horsemen Show is on the disco list. First off, you have to tell me what a disco list is.
You got me, man.
Anybody know?
I'm going to look it up.
Can anybody my guess would be disco died long before, my guess is Nate was alive. And I'm not sure if he's saying disco is dead and that our show is dead, which I guess we'll take that. We'll use that. Pro wrestling is huge right now was the more important part of this statement. So, in your guys' mind, is pro wrestling huge right now?
It is not. In my mind, it's
no.
not.
Negative.
But we are here to talk about why it is alive and well, gentlemen. Don't you understand? Now, here's some facts that you could... Well, actually, Nate makes a good point. Nate is probably younger. Do you know?
I do not.
Okay. Well, I would say that not everybody understands how pro wrestling worked before the 90s, 2000s era. There used to be territories. You could have 100,000 people in arenas across the country on any given night of the week, more than likely a Monday night or a Saturday night. You would have at least 100,000 people across the country at a wrestling show. Not one wrestling show. Not one wrestling show. 20 wrestling shows. Companies ran cards. They would go to the same town every week. This isn't even counting spot shows. Spot show, if you don't know what a spot show is, you would get your show sponsored. Somebody would need the Hoboken wrestling team or the football team needed new uniforms, so they'd have wrestling come that night. They'd get a percentage of the concessions. They'd put posters and flyers up everywhere for you. You'd run that spot show in that town. Go make money, get guys a payday, keep everybody working. They saw the show every week on TV. Then your main shows, you'd run Monday night in Memphis, you'd run Tuesday night in Louisville, you'd run Wednesday night. I'm giving Memphis as an example. Or if you want to talk about the Carolinas, you'd run Raleigh, then you'd run Charlotte, then you'd run Charleston, and everywhere in between every night. That's why they talk about Madison Square Garden. They go to Madison Square Garden now, what, twice a year? Does WWE, did they stop running it?
No, they go to the Garden still quite a bit.
Okay, so they run it once or twice a year and get 17,000. They used to run it once a month and sell it out. There is a difference between maybe it being covered by ESPN, which is a working contract between WWE and ESPN to get it more mainstream, and when it was popular, when everybody watched it, when they'd have 10 million people. You cannot tell me, unless you guys want to tell me and argue this, that more people are watching wrestling now than ever before.
I think it's pretty clear that's not true.
This whole streaming argument where everybody's watching these clips, and I don't know what to say.
I think there's people doing that, but there's not people sitting down for 3 hours watching it on a tablet. There's not, and even if there is, it sure shit not 2 million people or 3 million people.
Then you say the numbers have, reduced drastically as well as far as Monday nights.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean,
well, it's funny you say that because that's what you said here. The ratings are the lowest they have ever been for wrestling, not the Three Horsemen podcast. Good call.
Yeah,
You're very right.
Yeah.
But Nate also said that ratings don't mean as much because of the streaming service. That's fine. Frank Anthony Casabianca, hopefully I got that right. WWE signed a $2 billion contract with Fox and USA, respectively, for Raw and SmackDown. They have a huge cash cow deal with Saudi Arabia for their show. And he talks about New Japan. New Japan makes multi-million dollars in Japan and is starting to expand into American territories. ROH is doing pretty decently, and they still have a TV deal. And the success of All In just speaks to the strength of indie wrestling.
Okay, so that's fine. No. We're not talking revenue. We're not talking dollars here. We're just talking ratings. We're talking popularity. The NFL is the least popular it's ever been, but it's the most profitable it's ever been. Is that not an accurate statement? Like they're making tons and tons of money off advertising and.
Well, they don't have to pay taxes either. I'm sure the WWE pays taxes. The NFL doesn't have to. They're in like a 501c.
Rich people don't pay taxes.
No,
yeah.
Fuck no, of course not.
It's funny, when rich people scam the system, they're geniuses. When poor people get welfare,
You're a piece of shit.
isn't that strange?
Not to me.
No good, lazy, not wanting
Bum.
to work.
Lazy and taking all the good jobs.
How's that work?
I guess they're fucking magicians. I don't know. You got me. You are just not liking that.
No, I'm just listening. I'm just the point I was making is that last comment was not even in the wheelhouse of what we're talking about.
Well, what is our wheelhouse? What are we talking? Are we talking about making money, or are we talking about popularity?
I thought we were talking about popularity and
Well, they go hand in hand, because you're not making money if you're not popular to somebody. Now, an argument that you can make is they are doing their best to bring back older wrestling fans, guys that are, you know what, we're old. But with All In, with that StarCast thing, I understand that people think, oh, well, God, look at how many people they're drawing. That does not translate into a weekly business. And if you can counter that argument with, well, not everybody wants to go to something every week or tune in every week, then it's not as popular.
right.
What'd they just do in Nashville? All In's been how many months ago?
2.
2 months ago. And they have something back in the U.S., and they did it in a 1,500-seat arena.
Yeah. Tennessee Fairgrounds.
Don't you think they would have done it somewhere big if they had any confidence that they could draw more?
Because they can't.
That's got to be
Exactly.
the worst, though. You don't want to do an event at somewhere with 20,000 seats and sell 500.
That's my point. They
you don't
know.
wanna-
They know they can't do this.
Right.
The All In was an event, and it was an experience. Podcast Row, all the meet and greets. There was over. I mean, there was hundreds
you had
of former wrestlers.
You had more, yeah. You had more names there too. I mean, aside from, trying to think. Aside from Cody, aside from Aldis, aside from
DDP? Oh.
Jazz, who's their NWA Women's Champion, I did not recognize any other name on that card.
Whoa, Jazz like the old Jazz from WWE?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
She still wrestles.
yeah.
Holy cow.
She's jacked too. I mean, she's built still.
She was always Jack, though.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Colt Cabana. I recognized him, but that was it. Everyone,
really?
everyone else on that card, just to me, a bunch of not to be cynical, but just no-name guys that I mean, I don't know how long they've been in the business, so to their credit, maybe they've only been in a year or two, but at the same time, it's like, if you're going to put on a show and you want to be in more than a 1,500-seat venue, then you got to bring back guys like they had at the All-In pay-per-view every so often. And I mean, it's been 2 months. It's, like you said, it hasn't been.
Comes down to it, though, they can't afford them.
No, I know.
mean,
I know. I'm just saying.
paying the premium.
Right.
For
I'm
those
just
guys,
the point I'm making is that it's been 2 months. It's not like it was they just did it last week kind of thing.
So I
Alex, do you
agree.
think that they're having trouble creating characters like a huge larger than life character like they've had in the past, like with Hogan and the Giant and Rock and Austin? Do you think they're having trouble creating someone like that catches the fans that everybody fucking loves like that? Do you think?
You
I mean,
mean-
because that could cause strict downfall. If there's who's everybody rooting for?
Are you saying just in general?
Yeah, in general, I'm saying, does the wrestling industry have problems creating those sorts of larger than life characters anymore? Like like Steve Austin and The Rock and Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair, the people that you idolized and were icons. Like, are they having trouble producing in the general public's eyes a character that's larger than life?
If they're not on national TV every week, yeah,
That's
it's
very-
real
that's-
hard to.
That's the problem with NWA is that they're not on television. Like they're Billy Corgan is their financial backer right now.
Right.
And I don't know if he's got any kind of plan in place to get him on TV. Maybe he does. I don't know.
He does. The Smashing Pumpkins are going back out on tour.
Well,
What? You think that's
That's how he's going to pay for
That-
it.
coincidence?
That's my thing, though. They think Billy Corgan has all this money to save NWA. Shad Khan shits on him. I mean, I just go back. I mean, like, I go back to him. Everybody's looking at Corgan to do this. Corgan cares about the business. So he is trying to bring back prestige to NWA. He's very passionate about that and wants it to be more of the good old days.
yeah.
And do you watch this the 10-minute 10 pounds of gold or the little series they do for NWA. I thought you said you were watching one the other day. Shit, maybe not. But they do these little sketches for YouTube, and they're 10 minutes long, and they're done really, really well. I think Corrigan has a very good idea, a very good business plan. I just don't know if he has the money to get these guys in there. I mean, they were selling the ring from All In, the turnbuckles. They were trying to get money any way they could to try, and has anyone heard if they made money on the event? If they broke even? I have no idea.
I haven't researched that.
I haven't looked either. So
but technically, you've got to look at it from the standpoint that wasn't just NWA either. So I don't know how what the revenue sharing or revenue split was for any of that.
The one up in the Northeast, what's it called? Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor backed it. They're owned by Viacom, which owns MTV and all those. That's $1 billion company.
Yeah.
Brandon Martin under your post again, Eric. Pro wrestling is the best it's been in years. No. I just did that. Well, I thought I did. I guess it wasn't me.
It was a response to his comment he just made.
Uh-oh. Technical difficulties?
That's what you call them in the biz.
Hold music.
Pro wrestling is the best it's been in years. People are making good money and not just the top guys. Why do I feel like this is going to be a show where a group of guys who have probably collectively watched less than 100 hours of wrestling content from the past year are going to put on their nostalgia glasses and tell us how much better things used to be? Not true. I did watch 100 hours. I watched WrestleMania.
Nice.
It's not about how much better it used to be. It's about what is not happening now.
It's about how bad it is now.
Right. Exactly. It's you can't afford, unless you're WWE, which is not popular. See, I think WWE missed the.
When you get done, I've got something to say about that.
Okay.
Go.
You cannot afford unless you are WWE, and we said it last week. People with the money don't know how. People with the know-how don't have the money. You cannot afford to do an all-in every week. You cannot afford to fly all these guys in. You cannot afford to pay for the building every week, every month, every whatever. You cannot fill an arena like that every time. And there are basically 3 places you could run that: Chicago, New York, Philly. Can't do it on the West Coast. I don't think you'd make it in L.A.
You think Dallas?
No.
Not
Way too much shit to do in Dallas. No. It's not about not watching. You can watch and get some enjoyment out of it, but you have to be able to tune in every week. You'd have to want to go see these guys every week. And I guess it's the old guy in me. Go ahead.
People see the WWE stock and think that's why it's the most successful it's ever been. That's what they see. They see that the Saudi government is spending all this money, so it must be good. The stock prices are up, so it must be good. The network is this, so it must be good. I will say, I think WWE has more talent right now than they've had in a long time, probably since the late 90s. They don't know how to manage it. The storylines are dog shit. I don't know. It has nothing to do with wrestling when we were kids and how we view it. It has nothing to do with the Attitude Era. It is to do with the garbage storylines and how it is aimed at children and not adults. The inconsistencies in storylines, the gaps.
My other thing is I think people are a little, and that's understandable if they think wrestling is super over right now, and that's fine. But we all want it to be. I would rather it be good than bad.
Yeah.
I would rather be able to watch it and say, "Oh, that was good. That was good stuff. That was good stuff," and it never happens. If that's because we've seen too much, then maybe that is the problem. As some people said, we became adults.
Yeah.
But my thing is, My dad was watching
Right.
during the Stone Cold era.
Tons
he
of
still
adults.
watches on Monday nights sometimes. I
what I
don't know
said.
how, but they do.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got a much more entertaining, I honestly feel like that whenever the UFC started to rise, and MMA in general, really, very early 2000s, that they, I mean, us guys that grew up on the Stone Cold and the Rock and the Flares and all that, our attention, mine anyway, for sure, just turned straight to that because it was a more real product and it was exciting. They had some small significant storylines in there, but it wasn't like I don't know, man. I just got bored of wrestling once the UFC started, and MMA in general started to come around.
Yes.
I like how they're mixing the two now, though, with multiple, stars going back and forth. They're trying to legitimize themselves. I feel like the WWE.
Daniel Cormier was supposed to have a tryout to be an announcer, and they got pushed back because he's fighting Derek Lewis in 2 weeks.
Okay, enough about UFC. Okay, I'm cutting it off because I can't take it.
No, I was just saying
you guys are
that-
going to kill my bride. No. Okay, making good money and not just the top guys. That's one of the things we talked about last week is that guys make money, but it used to be a bunch of guys making a very good living. Now it's a select few guys that are making a good living to a great living. People used to wrestle from all over the country. Now, if you think it's better that some of these indie guys, and these are all points that you guys all brought up last week about how Vince is too old and he doesn't know what's cool. Talked about how certain guys make a certain living. My thing is I keep going back to 2014. I thought they had a chance because I said it was, or excuse me, the saying in wrestling is, oh, it's cyclical, it will come back around. And I think it had a chance to come back in 2014 and they missed the boat. I say that's because Vince McMahon has become even more stubborn over the years. And he could have helped everyone. People have been running these indie shows around WrestleMania for how long? 5 years, 6 years?
Longer than that, I
Is
think.
it? What year is this? 2018, going back to 2012. That was in New York. No, that was in Miami. Yeah, it has been longer than that. So I say they missed the boat with Daniel Bryan. You may agree or disagree, but that had a, what do you call it when it just happens? Organic. It was organic. College football teams were doing the yes stuff. You can't buy that publicity. And they missed it. And I think he's missed a ton of times that they could have brought all this back. Agree or disagree?
No, I agree. 100%.
You think because Vince has found so much success, in his run of, owning the WWE, and I mean,
It's the only success he said.
do you think that he's jaded now? That he thinks
agree
that,
with
that he's stubborn because he knows he's done what nobody else has done in
or
wrestling,
just-
and that could be holding him back from making moves that need to be made?
Or just that he can't be wrong.
Right, yeah,
That's
that's
how
what I'm
how
saying.
old people are, though.
Right.
They don't want to give up what they. I mean, he feels like he's created it. He knows best. You don't know what you're doing. There's the insecurity there. Like, the last thing that guy wants to see is, he's running the show and the ratings are at a 2.4, and then say Stephanie and the kids run with it, or Triple H runs with it, or Shane does, and they get it back in the 5s.
Yeah.
I think it's his way or the highway.
Agree.
And that's not good.
Zach's looks like we have some messages up there from Zach Choate, a
Oh,
loyal listener.
very good. With the disappearance of kayfabe, fans no longer go for the ride. When a certain wrestler gets a push and the crowd doesn't agree, they vocalize it. All right, the fans. This is a good thing that we did not discuss last week. What do you think of the fans now? I know you guys don't watch, but fans hijack shows now.
Do they?
And don't you think it has
How
a lot
so?
to do with the internet? I mean, it kind of goes hand in hand.
I think it has a lot to do with the product. I think you are begging to see other guys, and they don't listen.
Daniel Bryan's the only time they listened, and the reason they listened is because they just ran roughshod everywhere until they did it.
I think the crowds also shape the fans' opinion. Because if you see, I didn't know who I mean, I knew who he was.
Right.
But back in 14, I'm like, dude, why is everybody going crazy for this guy? So I started watching. And when fans are invested in this type of stuff, you get more excited. And that goes for any sport. If somebody gets behind somebody, they start writing more stories about them. You'll start seeing more features. You'll start seeing more highlights.
The atmosphere.
Yeah. Changes everything. That's something I don't like about today's fan. I get why they do it, but the chanting constantly, shitting on guys while they're in the ring is not a good thing to do, because I get it, but chanting other people's names while somebody's in the ring.
The CM Punk chants is just absolutely just.
I think that's died off. I think he hurt the business a lot. I mean that.
Taking a shit on the entire company on his way out.
He killed Roman Reigns. His popularity. He did a lot to make.
That is a really good point with Roman Reigns. I never thought about that.
Yeah, he did a lot to hurt the business, and I think he did it on purpose. I mean, I don't know. It was really an odd time.
Did.
Another thing Jason Klein wrote, adulthood. I know it sounds cynical, but don't people just kind of grow out of male soap operas? And the new generations have MMA and the internet. Another one, in all seriousness, though, it's as popular as it's ever been at the moment. Ratings might be down, but WWE, ROH, New Japan, Rev Pro, Progress, Lucha, they all draw huge crowds of viewers. It's drawing back to the fans who are now late 20s, early 30s, who want to focus on the matches rather than half-cocked stories. The industry has more money in it than ever before, and it's been a natural movement of progression.
Can you say the first two sentences of that over again? Because I just want to note that. Just start that little comment.
You mentioned adulthood.
In all seriousness, though, no, this is a different one. In all seriousness, though, it's as popular as it's ever been at the moment.
Okay, and then the next one?
Ratings might be down.
Oh, okay. It's as popular as it's ever been at the moment, but the ratings are down.
Yeah, but they keep saying, though, that the ratings don't have everything to do with it anymore due to the online shit.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, we kind of dove into that while you were on hiatus.
Sure.
Do you see ratings as the end-all, be-all? You don't see that as popularity?
I'd say ratings and revenue. If they're still, you got to take account of how much merch they're selling, if that's down, how much live attendance is down or up, for that matter.
Yeah.
How many wrestling shirts do you see when you go to a mall or you go out to dinner?
Under 15 years.
I mean, you don't see people wearing wrestling shirts anymore.
Nope.
No, you see more video game shirts than wrestling shirts.
And if you do, it's indie wrestling shirts. It's Bullet Club.
It's hardcore fans wearing that shit, then, is what you're saying, not casuals.
Yeah. It's not cool to wear a Roman Reigns shirt, but it's cool to wear a Bullet Club shirt.
But back in the day, it might have been cool to wear an NWO or a Stone Cold shirt or something like that.
And
not cool, but,
No.
Can't go across the street to eat lunch without seeing one of them Bullet Club shirts.
At school, when we were in high school, there'd be 4 or 5 kids with a wrestling shirt on every day, maybe more.
That's also, I mean, yeah. And I'm not talking about, it doesn't have to be the boom, but you say more guys are making money in wrestling. These guys make what guys made back in the fucking 70s and 80s. That's not a good thing. That means they're not making as much because not as many people are coming to the show. Why is that not? To draw $75 to get paid for it, that's what guys made in the opening matches back in the 80s in fucking
There's
Portland.
wrestlers that still make $75 a match to this right now.
Oh yeah, indie wrestlers. If they're lucky.
Well, I'm not like on the mains, like WWE first match of the night. What do you think they're making?
They don't get payout. Actually, you know what? They might get hand payouts for shows. I would doubt.
I think
it.
they're all under salary.
They're contracted.
Right.
And I guarantee it works out to more than $100 a match.
Yeah, if you're getting an advance or something, that's
right.
contract money. But my point is that if guys would be killing to make $75 at an indie show right now, it's that hard to make money.
Ugh.
One thing I wanted to bring up too, after reading all these comments from the last message or the last episode we did, is a lot of these comments from these people come from emotion. I feel like that they'll not. This is something they're spending their time with still a lot, and how dare we or anyone else suggest that they're wasting their time on a dead hobby, so to speak.
I would never say you're wasting time on it.
I'm not saying we're wasting time.
I completely understand fandom.
You get my point, though.
Yes.
I think a lot of these comments are coming from emotion, of maybe a perceived, down on what their hobby is. that it's a dead hobby. But I don't think it's that way. I think we're just trying to look at it from the facts, from the outside looking in, from a little bit of an older fan, somebody who liked the classic stuff a little bit more than the newer stuff. It's just opinion.
Right, exactly right. So we have to decide, why is it alive and well? We've got to point to something that proves it's alive and well.
Can we say alive and well? I know we could say alive. But.
Well,
of course.
The deal with Fox in Saudi Arabia. Well, I mean, that's where the two biggest sources of money are coming from right now.
Yeah.
Now, you might say the TV deal is because of something good, but Fox came out last week and said, we don't want this corny shit. We want a more sports-oriented show. We want more...
See, that's the problem, too, with wrestling right now. Like us, we want more wrestling-orientated show. The newer folks want a lot more of a dramatic show. And what we really need is something in between, but none of that will keep your attention for any long period of time as a more or less casual observer.
I think the 3-hour format
it's
is come and gone. I think you need to shorten it to hour and a half max.
That's what I was going to say, hour and a half, and get your shit built back up, and whenever you've got the audience again, add back in more product.
But it's sponsorships. That extra hour is sponsorship dollars. And that's I'd have to believe when they go to Fox, Fox isn't going to give them 3 hours a night. I mean, that's an entire night, a lineup of shows. So I bet, and SmackDown's 2 hours now, so maybe it is 2 hours a night. But I won't believe it until I see it, that it is on the main Fox broadcast. I still think it'll be on Fox Sports 1. I just cannot see them putting it on their flagship.
Also, I'm going to go against what you said, and I know that you think the indie wrestling's coming up, and I agree with that. I would love everybody to realize that the more popular WWE would get, the more popular indie wrestling would become, because more eyes getting to it makes the whole industry more healthy, I think.
Do you think it would behoove the WWE to actually throw out some small ads or something for like ROH or these other? They're not competition. They can't look at these people as competition.
They've worked together before.
They should definitely be like saying, hey, get some of your guys on the show or something.
Get
like
them paydays.
Yeah.
Well, they're already working with other companies in overseas, like Evolve, and
they're working with ROH.
I would say at the state of the wrestling industry right now, that it needs to go back to more of a communal thing. These companies need to band together if they want to survive.
Yes, exactly. They need to get them on TV.
Yeah.
They need to get guys on TV. They need to start acting like
Pool talent.
Yeah, because WWE, I think, gets this thing where they think if they show somebody else's product on their TV, like they're all gonna go to watch. Exactly. That doesn't even make sense.
Like I just said, they're not really competition for WWE.
No. So let's look at it this way. So I don't disagree with you. I wouldn't be surprised if WWE is helping Ring of Honor. So if you're Vince McMahon and or whoever people make whoever makes the decisions as far as that stuff goes, if you're in that position, why not just buy Ring of Honor?
Because you don't need the asset, basically. Yeah. You don't need to be in charge of it. You let somebody else run it, because then you're paying somebody else to run this.
And what do they get out of it?
But wouldn't
a TV library?
No, but what I'm saying is that so
send them new rings.
Yeah.
Here, you got to use ropes. Can't use cables.
Equipment sponsorship. I mean, anything they could do to help, I think, would be a good idea.
Well, no. I'm just saying that, like, so you've got guys in Ring of Honor that are, in my opinion, more athletically talented in the ring, far more. So if you're WWE, you can buy Ring of Honor to appeal to that fan base, to the fan base that.
Ooh.
But they're kind of they're poaching those guys anyway and sending them to NXT. They're picking and choosing who they want from those guys for the most part.
I think they've got a working agreement like they had with ECW. They'd send them money. They'd send them talent. Maybe not talent anymore, because God knows they need 80 people in back to put 12 people on a TV show that's 3 hours long, which makes a ton of sense.
So, look, of course, I'll run through the roster real quick, and you tell me who has been with Ring of Honor. Adam Cole, wasn't he just their champion?
Yep.
Aleister Black, I don't know if he was or not.
I don't think he was. What was his old name?
His real name's Tom Budgeon. I don't
No.
know.
I don't think he was in Ring of Honor though.
Bobby Fish was.
Yeah.
Angelo Dawkins, I'm not sure about him. Danny Burch, Caesar Bonani, EC3,
Nope.
Gargano, Cassius Ano, which was, what's his name?
Cassius Ono.
What was his name, though? He was with Punk.
He's Punk's buddy.
Well, he was with Cesaro whenever they were Chris Hero.
Chris Hero.
Hero.
Keith Lee, Kyle O'Reilly, I believe, was one
Yeah.
of them. Lars Sullivan, Montez Ford.
Lars Sullivan.
Oni Lorcan, he was one. I forget what his name was, but I think he was a Ring of Honor guy. Ricochet, I don't believe was. Roderick Strong was.
Ricochet might have been.
Ricochet, yeah.
I mean, he might have had a stint, but he wasn't like one of their.
Ciampa was. So I mean, they kind of go through and pick off their big guys. It's kind of like a stepping stone.
It's just, that's the way it's always been. You pick it off the lower feds.
Yep. I say it's still alive and well because of the fans. And if you've got some diehards out there still,
that's what I'm always saying. They're
They
more
won't let it go.
They're
I think
more
you nailed it right
passionate.
there.
They're more passionate than the WWE fans.
the fact that you've got people on your website coming here to make comments,
I mean,
it's
exactly.
people that give a shit. And by the way, guys, we thank you for doing that. We're just reading. We're trying to make it entertaining. So thank you guys for posting on that.
Yep.
Jason, Brandon, Danielle, Shane, Frank.
You're
Who
all
else
wrong.
got? Nate. Yeah. T.O. says you're all wrong. I say you're all right for doing that.
I'm kidding.
And we appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Positive or negative?
Any feedback, yeah. Because, I mean, that's why we're here. We're here to talk about it. This is technically an old school type show.
Yeah, it's just conversations, and we appreciate your input. So
Yep.
keep it coming.
Just 5 old chunks of coal
Just
wheeled
5
in here
old
to
Three Horsemen.
talk some pro wrestling.
So one thing I like about the state of the business as it is now, and this is coming from a guy that I like the old school stuff. I like when kayfabe was still in existence. Going back to the whole Roman Reigns thing, one thing I like is that you can still have something like this go on, and still, I mean, you can still keep your heels and faces, keep that dynamic going, but at the same time, like, you can still have a guy like Kevin Owens pop on Twitter and wish Roman Reigns well and all that good stuff. I mean, to me, I like that. I mean, I don't even know if this is really, as far as pro wrestling being alive and well. I like that there's kayfabe to some degree, but then at the same time, it's like you can have Paul Heyman right before his promo, do the thoughts and prayers thing for Roman Reigns before he starts his promo. That's just me.
Speaking of kayfabe, if I would have been 8 years old, walking through an airport to go to, I don't know, take a flight to Chicago, and if I would have seen Hulk Hogan and Earthquake eating lunch together, I'd have probably broke down
Mine would have
sobbing.
melted.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to handle that.
Just thought I'd throw that out.
No, seriously, though, that's an interesting point. What would you have? I probably would have freaked out. I would have ran over and be like, "What in the hell?"
I just saw you get squashed by Earthquake on the Brother Love show. Now you're having lunch with him.
Yeah, I would have said he better be turning good. That's all I can say.
No shit.
Where's Ricky Steamboat when you need him? All right.
Are you trying to turn him into a good guy, Hulk? Is that why you're here?
Yeah,
Is it working?
trying to get him over.
He looks pretty calm right now.
Japan sumo
He's
wrestler.
he's not jumping on anybody's chest.
Anybody got any other reasons pro wrestling's still alive and well?
Social media ain't here.
I mean, you just got to give one. I just said because the fans keep it alive.
I would say the evolution of the business to include social media, to have the access that people have to the wrestlers right now, is definitely doesn't hurt.
That's a good one.
I'd say it's alive, but I don't know about well. I mean, look at like an 80-year-old man on life support versus a young 40-year-old guy, you know what I mean? Like what we were used to, the 40-year-old man, the healthy.
It's today's superstar Billy Graham versus 80s Hogan.
There you go. There you go.
Now they're-
no, it's alive, but it's limping along, man. You
Now
guys
they're-
got broken legs and prostate problems and fucking it needs a colonoscopy and it's bad.
We keep pulling the plug to charge our phones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a problem.
So
I
to speak.
think. Anything else before we trivialize?
Let's trivialize.
Okay. I know you guys get bored with this shit, and you're like, let's play the
Yeah,
fucking
I was
game.
bored with it.
Play the game.
yesterday.
Okay. Well, pro wrestling's still alive. We agree. That's it.
Disregard our show from last week.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
re-download
we're
it though.
gonna keep doing things like this. This is where we're gonna go. We're gonna
No,
go.
no. I'm saying disregard because last week we were saying how. What was last week's topic? We were just talking about
Is
this.
wrestling dead?
What killed pro wrestling?
Yeah.
Yeah, what killed pro wrestling?
Oh, I meant every word. Anything else?
Next week we're going to talk about how it can be resurrected to its former glory. Maybe
Are we?
what it could take. I don't know.
Oh
Why
my
not?
god.
Okay.
Wax poetic on that for another
All
hour.
right.
Anybody got that defibrillator thing you got to put on?
I've always got one in my clothes, but
In your clothes?
sewed in. You never know.
All right. Awesome.
Don't know what any of that means.
Did you ever see Street Fighter? Raul Julia. He had that whole thing going on. Never mind.
I've seen Raul Julia.
Good actor.
Fine actor.
In the Addams Family.
Okay, we're playing trivia this week, and we don't have a marker.
Yeah, you do.
Yes, we do.
It's
Tell
down
them,
there.
Alex. Tell them what you got.
We're doing Name That Tune again.
Yay!
This might be the last week we do it because apparently we're whatever.
Have we played every single song in the history of songs?
And
I
YouTube's
was
gonna
spanking
say.
us.
This week we've got 1 through 500 NWA/WCW. We've got WWF. Emphasis on the F. And
Stabless?
Stables.
Stables.
Stabless, gotcha.
So here's what we're gonna do to determine an order,
Uh-oh.
just so no one.
Rock, paper, scissors?
No.
Number 21 and 10.
Exactly.
Oh, hey.
So-
6.
Eric says 6. Corey
5.
5. T.O.
Between what and what?
1 and 10. The closer you get to
Unbelievable.
the closer
Between
you,
1 and 4 and 7
the
and
closer
10.
you get to the number, that'll determine your order.
3.
3,
That took way longer.
I
than it
will
needed
go
to.
with 4.
4. Okay,
Eric
so
wins.
4, 5, 6.
the number was 10.
Son of a bitch.
I win.
So Eric, Corey,
Everett T.
Everett, T.O.
Like
There we
that.
go.
Like that a lot.
Eric, Corey, Everett, T.O. Eric, start us off, kid.
Let's do WWF for 200.
WWF for 200. Just a second
Gong.
here. Let's get it up and going.
Gong.
Hang
I'm
tight.
guessing it's going to be a tough one.
100s always are, man.
I'm just guessing.
Oh,
That's Beastie Boys.
nope.
Nope.
Sorry, wrong one.
That's true. That's Beastie Boys.
Yeah,
It
that is
was.
true.
Mark
He's-
me down.
he's right.
200.
No,
That-
no.
That
Yeah,
just
who's-
cost us 75 cents in the negative.
Oh, every bit of it.
All right.
I think we're running a wrestling program here.
Dun, dun,
New
dun,
promotion.
dun, dun.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Yokozuna.
No, just I'm gonna start it over because
balls.
Thought we only got like 2 seconds because
no,
of YouTube.
just hang tight a second.
We're not making money anyway. Let it play.
Also true.
This is wanting to. It closed me out of Chrome, and it wants to autoplay whenever I did the whole like reopen all tabs. So
Just mute.
no, I know, but what I'm saying is that whenever I hit each tab trying to search for it, it starts playing.
It's horseshit, isn't it?
Hmm.
Technology.
Hang on.
One time when no other food was available, I consumed a 10-pound bag of flour. Just saying.
Bill Brasky.
It was dry.
All right, here we go.
I can
All
imagine.
right, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I can imagine.
No, I'm ready.
I think I know this.
Natural disasters.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Incorrect.
That's all I
Psycho
got.
Sid.
Of course, that's all
Correct.
I got.
Boom.
Corey,
Not what I
200.
thought. Not what I thought it was.
Corey, you're up.
Stables for 300, Alex.
Stables for 300.
Not Sables. Stables.
Sables.
Pro.
Oh,
Oddities.
come on.
Now you say correct.
You got that way too quick.
That was
I
an
like
easy
that
one, though.
song.
Yeah.
Because what's the name of that regular
see.
song? I know, but it was a song and they changed the lyrics
was-
for it.
Was it Great Malenko? I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, dumb diddy dumb, get your ass out the way, 'cause here
I don't
we
know that one.
come.
I don't
Uh-oh.
know.
Singing that.
E, your turn.
I will take WCW for 100.
Oh,
WCW.
going Going easy.
And I went on the WCW side, not NWA.
Did you come
Well,
to this?
It doesn't matter.
Did you
It
come to
does
this
to me.
trivia game to play
Did y'all-
WCW?
Here to come hear WWF themes?
Here we go.
Tom Zink.
I will accept that answer.
Excellent. Z-Man?
Yes.
Thank you.
Also, Brian Pillman.
Yes.
I got one.
You got one, baby.
T.O.
WWF for 500.
So throw out there that I did not cheat.
He did.
For 500?
Yeah.
Yep.
Anytime you automatically give yourself up, Donald, that means we probably aren't going to believe you.
Shit. I didn't.
Okay. What do we got? We got WWF for 500, Alex. This
Here
is
we
for
go.
T.O.
Here we go.
And T.O. is cheating on
course.
camera.
I'm not even going to look. Haku. Me.
Final answer.
Haku.
Incorrect.
Not a boy.
Of course. Let me show-
Yokozuna.
Hold on, it's Big Easy.
Oh.
No, it's not.
No, it's not, Eric.
It's Eric.
Oh, is it?
Yokozuna.
Incorrect.
Say Yokozuna.
Guess I should have paid attention to the thing.
Say Yokozuna.
I'll say it's Fatu.
Incorrect.
Damn.
I'm going to go with Takamichi Noku.
Ooh, good guess, but no.
Oh.
Jushin Thunder
Who
Liger.
could forget
Good.
To Jerry.
Quang?
Oh.
I could.
Is he the one that had all the tattoos?
No.
Which one was that?
Hakushi.
Hakushi. Yeah.
Who's Quang?
This. Oh, I
don't remember
I'll have to show
Quang.
you a picture later.
All right, deal. And if you don't, it's all right. Okay. Eric.
We get WWF for 100.
I like it. I like it. You're trying to add points.
Wait, hang on.
What? WWF for 100.
That's what we started. No, it wasn't. Sorry. You're good.
Yeah, I picked 200 last
Yeah,
time.
you did.
Pay attention, Alex. Jesus. Get your game going here.
For 100.
We gave you one job.
One job.
Sorry
Nice
about
one.
that.
Nice one. It's Corey's turn. He picked
No,
Staples
no,
for
no, no.
100.
No. It's
Here we
Eric's
go.
turn.
Here we go.
This is WWF for 100.
100.
Here you go. And your clue is
Fuck, man.
how you not getting this?
Because I don't know it.
You know it.
Triple H.
Jesus Christ.
Incorrect.
I don't know.
Corey.
Razor.
Wrong.
No, that's right.
No, he didn't say the full name.
Oh, that's true. He didn't.
All right, let's do.
Razor. Ramon.
Hang tight a second.
Okay.
Razor
There we go.
Blade.
All right.
Let's do Stables for 400.
Uh-oh. Stables for 400.
Big Easy, what's your favorite wrestling stable of all time?
Yeah, we already covered them today. The Oddities,
Oh, really?
followed by probably the Varsity Club.
Who's your favorite member of the Oddities?
The Kurgan, wasn't that his name? Kurgan?
Yeah, man,
that
everybody
big, tall
always
bastard.
says Kurgan.
He was huge.
Here we go.
Oh, this is good.
Put this on the iPod.
Say ringtone. That's enough, Corey. You've had enough.
I'll say it's Legacy.
Incorrect.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no guess.
E.
Can I have a clue?
No.
Why not?
the music technically was your clue.
Could you put it in the form of a question?
What's the name of the fucking song?
Oh.
He's got to have time for his Google to work.
Oh, I see.
I have no fucking clue. The British Bulldogs. And their,
Incorrect.
And their, and their,
Ooh, I thought that was it.
and their
T.O.
American cousin Slim.
T.O.
I need to hear it again.
Nope. Here we go.
Heart Foundation. Say it. Say it.
Tatanka.
That's a good one.
The Tatanka
Incorrect.
Incorrect.
Heart Foundation.
Incorrect.
Who is it?
The Nexus.
What the fuck is a Nexus?
It's a new shit.
What the fuck is a next?
I love it.
Lexus.
I know what that is. That's a car.
Alexis, Texas.
E is up.
I will take. What do we got left in Woolworth?
We've got 300 and 400.
Give me the 300.
300 WWF.
Woolworth.
Big, easy, and it's going to be hard.
300. This is the 80s. I feel like. I am going to go with Mean Mike Slaughter.
Who's that?
He's this new guy.
Incorrect. T.O.
What was the category?
WWF for 300.
Pass.
Nailed it.
Eric.
The Heart Foundation?
This was a generic theme. More than one guy had it.
It was in the 80s.
So you have to be able to name
I feel like-
one of those guys.
Yeah, I was going to say this is.
I
don't
feel like
know
I
if I
heard
can
it in
do it.
like the 80s wrestling video game. It's so simple of a loop. I don't know.
I'll say,
Ron Simmons.
fuck, it's not a bad one.
Jake the Snake.
I'll say,
Butch Reed.
shit. Would you shut the
Sorry. Yeah, my bad.
I don't know.
Just take a guess. I mean, there's
Raven.
no.
Damn.
Gangrel.
Who else had it?
Big Boss Man, Viscera, Midian, the Acolytes did for a while.
Oh, this is all that corporate shit.
Fucking Big Boss, man. He would. It's Cobb County, Georgia, man.
That's right.
This was
It was his post Cobb County days.
After that.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're talking about Ray Traylor then?
Big Bubba Boss, man.
Yeah.
All right. So who was that?
T.O.'s up.
I picked that 300.
Do
Into the mic.
Stables for 5, Alex.
Stables for 5.
Ruh-roh.
Here we go.
I'm gonna go with, I don't know the name of the stable, but Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, and DiBiase's kid.
Legacy.
Incorrect.
Okay.
Eric.
It's close,
Mm.
I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
No guess?
No.
New Blood.
Incorrect.
You suck.
Easy, you got an answer?
The Nation of Domination.
What was Raven's?
Is it Millionaires
Incorrect.
Club?
what
No.
was Raven's crew's name?
Raven's Flock.
Is that what it was?
That is what it is.
Oh, way to take your time.
I googled it. Don't worry.
Oh.
Like, it was Nirvana, and I picked it. Wrestler with Nirvana theme song that isn't DDP, and it showed Raven. So
That's why I went with New Blood, because it sounded like a ripoff of somebody, and that's all
I thought it was
WCW
Nirvana
did.
too, but
it was Nirvana. It was "Come as You Are."
Eric,
Yes.
you're up.
Maybe. Let's do WCW for 2.
WCW. 2. Here we go.
Rey Mysterio.
Incorrect.
Junior.
That was such poor quality, but that's Luger.
Incorrect.
Renegade.
It's not your turn.
So it's the Renegade, I guess.
Easy.
Mike Awesome during WCW.
Incorrect.
Renegade.
Incorrect.
Lorenzo
Sting?
Lamas.
It was Sting. His very first theme.
That doesn't sound like his original.
Go to
It's because there's a second one that was
Sting's
way
original
better.
theme.com.
88 Clash of the Champions. When he wrestled Flair.
It was a generic. Fair enough. I couldn't tell if it was Luger or Sting.
You're up.
Am I up? Let's do NWA WCW for 300.
Ooh, good guess. It's a daily double. I can't back that
I
up.
wish it would
I
be.
can't back that up. Their team.
You don't know who that is?
I don't even have a guess.
Lord Stephen
Nothing?
Regal.
No. I
E.
have no idea.
What was the category, just so I'm sure?
NWA WCW for 300.
Yeah, I have no fucking clue.
Anybody?
T.O.
What was it again? What category?
NWA WCW for 300.
Barry Windham.
Incorrect.
Stephen Regal.
Incorrect.
Okay.
William Regal.
I would have accepted 4 different answers.
Of course.
Terry Taylor,
Red Rooster.
Richard Morton,
Ricky Morton?
It's the York
and-
Foundation.
Yep. And Tommy Rich, York Foundation.
Would you accepted Alexandra York?
Yeah, I suppose I would have. Technically.
Very
You accepted
underrated diva. I thought she was
York
really hot.
Peppermint Patty.
Did you guys think she was hot back in the day in the 90s?
I don't even
Who?
remember, man.
We were currently at 6 no
Terry
answers.
Runnels?
6 incorrect.
E, you're up.
No?
What do we got
A
left?
little bit? Oh, I thought she was.
We've got NWA WCW for 4 and 500, WWF for 400, Stables for 1 and 200.
Give me Stablaze for Wando.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Alexander York is Terry Runnels? Oh, this is Wolfpack.
Correct.
NWO Wolfpack. Red and white.
Red and black.
You give him the easy ones.
Whatever. Red, white, red, black. It's all the same.
T.O.
Is it?
Close enough.
WWF for 400, Alex. This is when I get back in the game.
I know it.
Adam Bomb.
Correct.
God damn it. That's the only one I knew all day.
For 100 bonus points, what was Adam Bomb's real name?
Brian Clark.
And what was his...
Shoe
That's wrong,
size.
though,
What
isn't
was
it?
his shoe size?
And who was his 3rd grade teacher?
I was going to say, who was his original manager?
Color was his jockstrap.
And for more bonus points, what was the original manager's
Okay,
name?
How many
so
fillings does he have?
so who started? E started that one. So T.O., you're up now.
No, T.O. started that one, didn't
I
he?
won that one, yeah. That's mine.
Yeah, he won that one.
Oh, I
but-
picked Stab.
Yeah, you-
No, I got mine on Stablaze, didn't I?
I
No.
picked 400.
Yes,
for
he
W.
did. It's up
Yeah, yeah.
back to Eric.
Yeah, I picked 400.
hang tight a second. Where am I off?
Florida.
Hang tight.
Don't screw me out of my 400.
Portland Wrestling.
Terry Runnels.
I can't believe
Alexandra
you guys didn't
York.
think she was hot.
Denty Moore
No, yes, she is.
Stu.
Okay. Well, we've got
Ray Apollo.
we've got 3 left. So
Apollo Theater.
Ice Train.
King Parsons.
okay. So
Glacier.
everyone pay attention because we're gonna go through these last 3, but unfortunately, because T.O. was last, he is not gonna another selection.
Okay.
Sorry,
He's
Deal.
got the steals, though.
Eric.
Yes.
Pick one.
That,
We got 3 left.
That is Terry Reynolds. Wow. Never mind.
Concentrate.
Let's do
said-
WCW for 400.
400 WCW. Here we go.
We are scraping the bottom of the barrel.
I don't know what this is, but I love it.
Well, that's all you're getting.
Jeff Jarrett.
Incorrect.
Sorry.
It's all right.
This
The
is
Southern Boys, Young Pistols.
Good guess, but no.
Smothers Brothers.
E.
Wait a minute, not Smoking Guns.
Incorrect.
Who am I thinking of?
Close on the Federation.
Had the Jerry curled hair white guys?
Oh, we know.
No, not those guys. The other ones. Said,
The Blackjacks.
oh, God damn it.
Incorrect. I thought you were gonna say it. Black Bart.
Well, he was one of the.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was.
Who am I thinking of?
WCW 500.
Here we go.
Kick it.
Kick it. Is that WCW?
Yeah. NWA/WCW.
Are you guys ready for this answer or not?
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna have no fucking clue who they are. The
Maybe.
new breed.
Correct.
I'm so smart. So smart, Kenny. Fucking hate it.
Okay.
You're good at everything.
Last one for E.
Kenny, man.
You ready?
Yep, ready.
Hit it.
The Brood.
Is that your final answer?
Yes. Oh, God damn it. Oh, well. I made my
Okay,
guess.
so
and
make
Tio.
I'll
that
stick with it.
2.
Corporate ministry.
Correct.
Woo!
All right. Going into Final Jeopardy, we've
Tio
got
can't add.
I have 400 and what? 300?
you've got 200.
Oh.
400, 200. So 600. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. T.O. is at 600. Eric is at 0. Corey at 1100. E at 200. Going into Final Jeopardy.
Thank God I remembered the new breed.
I'd be beating you.
Final Jeopardy's category is Big Show.
Okay.
Divided up into 3 questions.
All right.
Fuck. This is not going to be easy. Are these name that tunes or just questions?
No, these are just questions.
Oh, even better. Oh, boy.
Put in your
Get
wagers.
your thinking caps on, Eric.
I got mine on.
Betting all
Eric's betting all of it, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
I will bet 1,000%.
Tell me when you've got your
It's
wagers.
3
put in.
questions.
3 questions. We're going to do a wager for each question.
All of it.
Samesies.
Everybody got your wagers in.
Yep.
Okay. Plus or minus 2. So
Give or take 2.
give or take 2 and either. Yeah.
Figure that.
How many championships did Big Show win in both WCW and WWF? Plus or minus 2.
Okay, how many different championships
how
or
many
reigns?
reigns? How many reigns?
Oh, my God.
And that includes like Intercontinental and
Everything.
Okay.
Tag team.
Tag team, hardcore.
Yep. Anything and everything. Plus or minus 2.
All right, I'm ready.
Man, that's way off.
Wikipedia helped out a lot on this one. Just kidding. Or am I? No, I am.
How many reigns? Oh, my God.
Everybody-
There's Roman in the answer.
Everybody good? Good. We'll start with Eric. I'm not going to tell you the right answer until.
Why you want to start with me? You should start with one of them
'Cause
guys.
you got
All right,
you got-
6.
You got 6. Corey.
21.
Okay. E.
17.
T.O.
69.
I'm going to say 18.
You bitch.
Tell me your wagers.
All.
600.
0. Which is also all of it.
Corey, how much did you wager?
300.
E.
All of it.
T.O. What'd you say?
All of it.
I want to hear the answer.
6.
No, he's held the heavyweight championship probably 6 or 7 times.
The answer
Because
is
of ECW.
23.
Damn.
Corey
Son
got
of
it.
a bitch. Good call, Corey.
So, we've got
He looked it up.
didn't lose
Cheating fuck.
WCW title twice, the WCW tag titles 3 times, WWF/E title twice, ECW title once, the World Heavyweight title twice, Hardcore title 3 times, US Championship once, Intercontinental title once, Tag Team title 3 times,
Dummies.
and WWE tag titles 3 times, and then the WWF/World tag titles 5 times.
Well, we're all smarter now.
I guess. Okay.
hanging on the edge of their seats here for this next one.
So, technically Corey has already won, but we will continue.
Says who?
Well, since you and E wagered all of your points.
Just wait. We
I
have
didn't.
something-
I said 100.
We have something up our sleeve.
Check the tape.
Don't worry about us.
All right.
Why don't you guys put your money together? Oh, wait. Times
All
it
right.
by 10. Oh, wait.
Plus or minus 3.
Ooh.
Oh,
Plus or minus 3. The total number of heel and face turns for Big Show in just WWF/WWE.
How many what? Heel turns?
How many heel and face turns in just WWF/WWE?
Oh my gosh.
heel and face are separates, right? Like you don't have the heel then back. That's like a cycle. How many cycles or how many face then heel then face? That's 3.
Face then heel.
Okay.
God, he's been there since what, 99?
Can I borrow some money, Corey?
Shit.
I'll take 200.
11.
You can have it.
Final answer. 11.
My answer's 13.
I'm going to go with 18.
That's what I was going to say. I'm going with 18 as well.
Okay.
I said 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
31.
Jesus.
That makes sense. I was figuring at least
31.
one a year plus.
31. And that
Are you shitting me?
And that's just WWF, WWE. There's a video on
Fucking
YouTube. You
crazy.
can look it up. It goes through each one. It's like a 7 or 8 minute video.
I figured it'd be about a half-hour video.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they don't go into all the backstories and everything. They just.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
What a career.
Last one.
You know how much money that motherfucker's made?
A
And
ton.
he was gone for 2 years.
He's had a few stints where he's been gone for like a year plus.
Braun Strowman, just so you know where you're going, buddy.
Hmm.
In case you're listening.
Okay.
Okay.
Last one.
Last one.
Not that you guys have wagers to put in except Corey.
I'm borrowing some more money again, right, Corey?
Sure.
Thank you. Can I borrow it all?
No.
All right. So
Yeah,
1,
yeah,
2,
go ahead.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Well, if you count out the answer, then we'll know
7,
it.
8, 9. Hold on.
Okay, 9,
Give or take 3.
10.
I'm going to go with 11.
Okay. Between WCW and WWF, I need you to name 5 of the guys he's held a world tag title with. 5.
The show?
Yes.
Ooh, boy.
5.
Together?
How many
or-
guesses do we get, though? Because I'll put down 20 names.
5.
Oh,
So it's 100% or nothing.
yeah.
I give up.
Yeah, there's no plus or minus on this.
Plus or minus 2.
Give me plus or minus 4. That way if I get one right. You need 5, huh?
5.
Okay, I'll start.
You go ahead.
We'll go for it.
The Miz, Jericho,
Mysterio Jr.
those little guy. Yeah, I'll say Rey Mysterio because the big and the small. The Miz might not be right. It's probably not right.
The Rock. Booker T. The Rock.
The Rock Show, Mick Foley.
Ooh, Rock and Sock and Giant.
I don't know who the other one is. I give up.
Okay.
I got Luger, Sting, Jericho, Miz. Couldn't think of a 5th one. Anybody else?
Say it again. Luger, Sting, Jericho,
Jericho, and Miz.
Okay.
I got Luger, Sting, Jericho, Miz,
Yeah. I figured.
and the wild card, Eddie Guerrero.
No.
I was going to say, wasn't he the 5th member of the Horsemen for a while? That covers all mine.
Eddie Guerrero?
No, the Giant.
No, he was never in the Horsemen.
The Giant, and then throw in Rey Mysterio with the 4 Horsemen. That's 5, right?
Should have went with Eddie Guerrero.
Okay. Luger, Sting,
Yeah.
Scott Hall,
I got that one.
Damn it!
Jericho,
Had him down.
Miz, Kane,
Kanye.
Oh, that's right.
and The Undertaker.
Don't remember that one.
So I won.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, you. Okay, we'll let you think that.
Jericho and him didn't hold the belts.
I said Jericho.
Oh, I know. Okay, sorry.
Can I ask you guys how long you think it's going to be till Kane puts out a rap album under the name Kanye? Kanye? Like
Man,
Kanye?
No.
you held
too
on to that
busy.
joke all night,
Yeah.
all day.
I'll show myself out.
All
Did he
night.
win the mayor race that he was running?
He did.
He did.
So yeah, he's got shit to do. He won't be putting out a rap album.
Well, apparently
I'm
he's got
sure
enough
he-
time to go over to Saudi Arabia.
Sure, it's a hell of a town.
Fuck, $2 million. You'll make time.
What state is that in? Tennessee.
Saudi Arabia?
Okay.
That's Kentucky.
Saudi Arabia's in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Go full retard here.
Oh boy. What?
You ever seen that movie, Tropical Thunder?
Great movie. Thank God for saving Eric there.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it.
I was wondering, it's like, oh shit, Corey hasn't seen the movie. Better say something.
Seen it several times. What do
a
you
good
guys want
movie.
to talk about next week?
You didn't like that idea of how it could go back, like talk about our thoughts about how wrestling could be cool again? What they would have to do?
We can do that.
Again, it's one of those ones where we don't got to do a little bit behind the scenes here. Don't got to do a lot of
No
behind the-
homework.
No homework, yeah.
Man, that's really good for this crew.
No homework? Yeah, I can do all that.
All right, well, let's go with that for now. And if we change our minds, we change our minds.
I agree.
Okay.
Sure.
Beautiful.
Well, yeah. Works. That works.
All right.
Hey, real quick word on the belt.
Awkward.
I can't.
Tell them.
This is the NWA Bahamas championship belt.
So shiny you can't even show it on the old.
What made you think to buy the Bahamas belt?
Because I like it.
I dig.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering. I mean, I never bought a belt.
Jeez. You got to question the guy.
No, I mean, he's got a bunch of belts. Why did the Bahamas belt come up? You know, there's
That's
plenty
true.
of other belts out there.
You can see this live on our YouTube page, youtube.com/the Three Horsemen. You got to spell it all out. THREE.
I'm looking up who were the esteemed wrestlers that held this. I know Dusty Rhodes had it.
I
Ice
had that
Train.
for a while.
Let's
Did
see.
Ray Apollo hold this belt?
I had it for a while.
Ray
We've
Apollo,
got
yeah. Mhm.
Sweet
So did
Brown,
Doink.
Sweet Brown Sugar,
Love me some Sweet Brown Sugar.
Jimmy Garvin,
Love me some Jimmy Garvin.
Jimmy Jam.
Rufus,
Cause it ain't my fault, Squeeze.
Rufus R.
Rufus Jones, Angelo Mosca,
Oh.
Buddy Rose, Tyree Pride, and then let's see, Jerry Gray, Ron Bass,
The Outlaw.
Chris Champion, a la the New Breed.
The New Breed.
Master Lock, eh?
Hmm? What?
That's Chris
no.
Masters.
Damn it.
Steve Armstrong,
Who?
Bad
One of the
News-
Young Pistols.
Bad News Brown,
One of the Bad News Browns.
whenever he was
The best Bad News Brown.
Bad News Allen at the time.
Ooh.
And that was
Judo Man. He was a Judo Man. You ever seen film of him?
No, he knew judo, though.
Holy
Judo's
shit.
the shit, man, especially in wrestling, I would imagine.
And
He was a world champion. He was
Throw
one
people
of the
around.
world champions.
And he was the last holder of the belt when it was unified with the NWA Florida Southern Heavyweight Championship, which I hope to get that belt at some point.
Jesus. Really? You want the NWA Florida
Why not?
Southern Heavyweight
Yeah, why not?
Championship?
Why not?
I don't know.
Tell him.
I want that
Somebody
coveted
get this man in
Europe-
rehab. He's addicted.
I want to get that coveted European title of the WWF.
Mm.
It was coveted. Whatever.
Trying to build up my championship wrestling from Florida collection
Fair enough.
Have you ever been to Florida?
many times.
I've never been there.
It's okay.
Never been to Florida.
A lot of rednecks.
Seriously.
The Redneck Riviera.
That's what they say.
All right.
All right, boys, we're getting awkward here.
Thank you to all of our Florida listeners.
Hawkward.
Awkward.
Florida actually exists. It's a real place. Is that right?
Not if you've never been there.
You should be talking about it every week on your show. If it's cults, conspiracies.
It's like,
and
well, they have the one about
paranormal.
Australia. Australia doesn't exist. Have you heard that? There's a big ass people out there think Australia's made up.
Yeah.
Mostly Trumpers.
On that note,
No.
I'm guessing.
No.
I'm guessing. I'm just trying to lump them.
I highly doubt that.
Dude, I'm literally from Australia. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I expect you to say that.
Yeah, and Khashoggi got in a fist fight and got him killed.
Anyway,
All right.
how about that Yo Radio?
Yeah, let's plug it again. YoRadio.com. Go download the app. Go to the lineup station. Our show never plays there. So you can hear all the other fantastic podcasts that are part of the Lineup Media group. Lineup Media FM. LineupMedia.fm
That's also true.
is our website. www.lineupmedia.fm. We're getting out of here. It's really struggled this last part.
Let me do it.
Do it.
Okay, here's our Yo Radio read for the week. I know you've all heard us talk about Yo Radio. Well, now's the time to check it out. With a totally redesigned look and feel and major enhancements to form and function, the new Yo Radio app offers more features than ever. Engage with your favorite artists and influencers, sort stations by genre or mood, and view the top trending stations on the platform using the intuitive new user interface. It's all here.
Wow.
Plus, now you can enjoy curated content and live broadcasts from our A-list station partners across the globe.
You don't say.
Don't hesitate. Update to the new Yo Radio today. Get it online at the3horsemanShow.com/Yo Radio.
Get it on.
That's all.
that's all.
That's fantastic.
That's all I got.
I will have that ready to go every week now.
Sweet, man.
You know what I love?
What's that?
Is that T.O. always acts like he's got something, he's got to get out of here.
Yeah, I can't wait these last 3 minutes. It's not worth my time. What's that?
What comment did you have to delete?
Oh, I don't know. Somebody was advertising crap.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Somebody's trying to advertise.
Hey, if you
No
got your
free
comment
ads.
deleted, why don't you just hit us up personally and we might be able to talk.
The show's about to blow up. I don't know if you know.
Like with TNT.
Oh, my God.
All right, boys. Let's hit it.
Like the Nitro set.
Okay.
Catch y'all next week. Thanks.
We're out of here for Big Easy, for Alex, for T.O., for Eric. We're getting out of here. We'll talk to you next week about how we are going to save professional wrestling.
Ooh, I like it.
Personally.
I don't know.
I like it.
I don't know.
That's the title of the episode. How we will save pro wrestling.
We'll see you.
The Saviors. That's the new name. The Saviors of Pro Wrestling. That's our podcast.
We'll talk to you next week.
See you guys next week. All right, we're clear on the record. I'm going to go ahead and kill the broadcast. Thanks for watching, everybody. Zach, Lucy, the advertiser, and, of course, how could we forget Crazy Frank Reynolds. See y'all later.